We often think we own them, but in reality, cats spend their whole lives just waiting for a deep and meaningful understanding from their human companions. In the quiet moments of a golden afternoon, there is a silent bond shared between us that feels like it could last for an entire eternity. Yet, there is a shadow, a silent ghost that can suddenly tear this understanding away from us forever, leaving only a tragic void in its wake. This shadow is known as rabies, a relentless disease that acts as a death sentence not only for the cat, but for our shared trust too. It is a silent killer that turns love into a heartbreaking tragedy, stealing the vibrant spirit of our beloved feline friends without any warning at all. Understanding this threat is the first step in protecting the ones we love most from a fate that no living creature should ever have to endure. Every year, countless lives are touched by this virus. Yet many of us remain unaware of the terrifying reality that hides behind its clinical name today. Let us journey into the heart of this darkness to learn how to shield our companions and keep the light of their lives burning bright forever. The rabies virus is an incredibly patient killer. It does not attack immediately, but instead waits for the perfect moment to begin its deadly journey. It hides within the body, traveling like a phantom through the complex neural pathways, moving steadily toward the ultimate control center, which is the brain itself. Once the virus reaches the brain, the damage becomes irreversible, and the symptoms we fear most begin to manifest in ways that are truly devastating. The incubation period is a deceptive time of calm, lasting anywhere from 2 weeks to several months before the true storm finally begins to break. During this silent phase, everything appears normal on the surface, making it impossible to tell that a lethal battle is already being fought deep inside. When the first signs finally emerge, it is often a signal that the window for any effective medical intervention has already closed tightly for the victim. The virus replicates with terrifying speed once it gains a foothold, rewriting the very nature of the animal it has chosen to inhabit so cruelly. It is a relentless progression that leaves no room for error and no second chances once the biological threshold of the central nervous system is crossed. Understanding this biological mechanism is vital because it highlights the extreme urgency of prevention before the invisible killer can even begin its slow march. There is no cure once the virus reveals itself, making our awareness and proactive measures the only real defense we have against this ancient enemy. As the disease progresses, it moves through 3 distinct stages of darkness, each more heartbreaking than the last for both the pet and the owner. In the first stage, known as the prodromal phase, you might notice a sudden and unexplained change in your cat's usually predictable and calm personality. A once affectionate cat may become shy or irritable, retreating into the shadows and avoiding the very hands that used to provide them with comfort. This subtle shift is the virus's first victory, as it begins to cloud the mind and disrupt the natural instincts of its unfortunate feline host. Then comes the second stage, the furious phase. This is when the disease truly earns its terrifying reputation for madness and uncontrollable animal aggression. The cat may lash out at imaginary threats, driven by a brain that is being systematically dismantled by the virus's destructive and relentless chemical influence. Every noise and every light becomes an agonizing stimulus, triggering violent reactions that the poor animal can no longer control or understand at all. It is a state of total confusion and pain, where the cat is trapped in a waking nightmare from which there is absolutely no physical escape. Finally, the third stage arrives, the paralytic phase. The fire of the madness dies out, replaced by a cold and heavy silence as the body fails. The muscles that once allowed for graceful leaps now become useless, and the cat's breathing becomes a difficult struggle for every single tiny breath. This is the final stage of the journey into darkness, where the light of life slowly flickers out, leaving behind only the memory of what was. To witness this progression is to understand the true cruelty of rabies, a disease that strips away dignity and life in such a painful manner. We must learn to recognize these signs, not out of fear, but out of a desperate need to protect our companions from this tragic fate. These aren't just mood swings or bad behavior. They are the desperate cries for help from a mind that is being taken over by darkness. When the mind is under siege, the essence of the creature we love is lost long before the body finally gives up its weary, difficult struggle. The danger of rabies extends far beyond the animal world, acting like a broken mirror that reflects a terrifying threat back onto our own human lives. This virus does not care about species. It is a zoonotic killer, meaning it can jump from your beloved pet directly to you or your family. The statistics are grim and absolute. Once symptoms appear in a human, the mortality rate is practically 100%, leaving no room for survival. A simple scratch or a playful nip from an infected pet can become the bridge that carries this lethal pathogen into your own bloodstream today. We often take our safety for granted, but the reality of rabies reminds us that our health is intrinsically linked to the health of our pets. Medical professionals emphasize that prevention is the only real cure, as there is no magic pill once the infection takes hold of the human system. One small mistake or a moment of neglect can have ripples that change the course of a family's history in the most tragic ways imaginable. By protecting your cat, you are essentially building a wall of safety around your home, your children, and everyone you hold dear in this world. Responsibility is a weight we carry, but it is also the greatest expression of love we can offer to those who depend on us for safety. Do not let a moment of hesitation become a lifetime of regret. The stakes are simply too high to ignore the reality of this global health threat. The danger is real, it is present, and it often hides in the most unexpected places, waiting for an opportunity to strike the unwary or unprepared. But we are not helpless. We have the tools and the knowledge to ensure that this tragic story never becomes a reality for you or yours. Now, let us talk about the armor we can provide. Vaccination is not just a medical procedure. It is a sacred promise of protection and care. A single, painless injection can create a powerful biological barrier that the rabies virus simply cannot penetrate, keeping your feline friend safe and secure always. This shield is the most effective tool we have. It turns a vulnerable animal into a protected companion, ready to face the world without any fear. Making that first appointment is a commitment to the life you've brought into your home, ensuring their journey with you is long, healthy, and very happy. In case of an accident, remember the golden rule. Wash the wound thoroughly with soap and running water for at least 15 minutes immediately after exposure. Then seek medical attention right away. Post-exposure prophylaxis can save your life, but it must be administered as soon as possible to be effective. Keep a detailed record of your pet's health, turning their medical history into a diary of your love and commitment to their ongoing well-being and safety. Limit your cat's contact with wild animals, as they are the most common carriers of the virus in many different parts of the world today. Maintaining a clean and controlled environment is another layer of defense, reducing the chances of accidental exposure to various diseases found in the great outdoors. When we all take these steps, we create a community of safety, making it harder for the virus to find a way into our neighborhoods. That small tag on their collar is a badge of honor, showing the world that you are a responsible and deeply caring pet owner and friend. Prevention is a melody of hope, a series of small actions that together create a beautiful and safe life for the creatures we love so much. A single shot, a simple habit, a moment of care. These are the building blocks of a future where rabies is no longer a feared household name. We return to where we began, in the warmth of home. but now with a deeper understanding of the responsibility that comes with true love. Owning a cat is not about possessing a beautiful object. It is about welcoming a unique soul and a living spirit into your own personal journey. When we choose to see the world through their eyes, we realize just how much they rely on us for their every need and their safety. Every meow is a part of a larger conversation, a song of happiness that deserves to be heard for many, many years to come without interruption. That gentle purr is the sound of contentment, a rhythm of life that we must vow to protect from any external threats that might come knocking. As the day ends, we can rest easy, knowing we have done everything in our power to keep the darkness of disease away from our doorstep. Love is not just a feeling, it is an action. It is the responsibility we take to ensure a safe and healthy environment for our companions. Be the companion they deserve. Take the step today to ensure their meow remains a melody of joy rather than a haunting cry of deep pain. Let us choose a path of wisdom and care where every pet is protected and every home is a sanctuary of health, love, and lasting peace. Because in the end, the bond we share with these beautiful creatures is one of the most precious gifts that life has to offer us all.